So you find that quite a number of people, at least from our little survey shows, that and people are coming to us right now, have been registered without their knowledge.
And this might be just tips of the iceberg?
Could be a tip of the iceberg, but the problem gets more serious though. If we ask the following question, which is a government department or a government agency that knows that people are staying overseas, that people are coming and going out frequently? The only agency that knows that will be immigration. So immigration has knowledge about Malaysians who are living overseas and working overseas. Now, it's obvious that some agency in government is working together with the National Registration Department, Daftaran Negara, along with SPR and UMNO, in order to register Malaysians who are living overseas. What they have done is a crime, it's a federal crime, where you involve forgery, where people are fraudulently being registered as voters. Now, the question is, who in government is responsible for this? I mean, you and I will not know that this man is living in the UK for the last 10 years or 15 years. And none of the Pakatan Rakyat parties, DAP, PAS or even PKR know exactly the movement of all these people, right? But there is agency, the government agency, which is immigration, that knows exactly the movement of people, the mobility of Malaysians inside and outside the country and where they are working. They know that. So because they have that knowledge, it strikes me that they are the one who was informing other agencies in government, like JASA, for example, which is under the Ministry of Information. And I think it is this group of people that are registering Malaysians who are living overseas. Now, clearly, this is a fraudulent exercise that's going on. So people's signatures are being forged. That's number one. Now, this is in violation of the penal code that exists, but also the Elections Act itself. So there are two violations involved. And therefore, these names are appearing in our electoral roll. And therefore, this doesn't make the electoral roll clean, and therefore one cannot expect these elections to be a free and fair elections. How do you explain names people who have never given their ICs, never signed a document, and then suddenly find themselves registered voter? A further question that arises is, who is going to come and vote for them?
And they have to use ICs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like forged ICs.
Yeah, and this is a big question about how you register Malaysians. And this raises a major question. It goes back to the project Mahathir, where ICs were given simply to everybody and anybody. Now, the reason first going to court was to ask the courts to force the Elections Commission to respond to our letter, explaining why names have been removed, why names have been transferred, why somebody in the UK, somebody in Dublin, Ireland, who has never lived in Malaysia, has been registered as a voter, asked all these questions. But the court ruled simply that once the electoral roll is gazetted, the courts have no power to review. So essentially, you have SPR, which is highly authoritarian, where even the courts cannot rule. The courts have no jurisdiction over SPR. But this raises a very fundamental question about democracy, because SPR is a regulator. It must regulate in the best interest of Malaysians. And here Malaysians are fighting for a free and fair elections, where 300,000 of people had come out in Kuala Lumpur as part of BRISI 2.0 in order to show strong opposition, demanding for a clean and fair elections. But now we know that Section 9A of the Elections Act actually protects SPR even from the judicial oversight. So therefore, you have a very highly authoritarian SPR, which will determine elections.
And there's no check and balance system?
Obviously not. We're asking the court to rule over fraudulent methods of registering a Malaysian voter. This man did not sign this document. How did they get the IC? So I hope the court will say, yes, we can do something about it. And if they still say that this name has already been gazetted, so 9A doesn't give us the power to compel EC to act, then we are back to square one, and you can expect a fraudulent elections.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we need to wrap it up now. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for the kind invitation.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
You are watching My Durian TV.
Rasa sayang, hey rasa sayang.